Hey guys, welcome to my first sit down different style video. I've been doing vlogs for the past, well, all of January and then February, and I'm going to do vlogs all this year. But I'm going to change it up a little bit for the month of February and see how it goes. This is my first, don't mind the dog. This is my first like sit down different style video. So I'm actually going to do, I was going to do 50 questions, but I can't actually find 50 questions on the internet. Like, they're all the same or like worded weirdly or something. So apologies about the mess all around me that I know you guys can see. I don't have a tripod, so you're sitting very randomly at the moment. But that's not the point. I'm gonna get right into this video. So the first question I just like put in Google like 50 questions tag or something like that, and just got a heap of questions. So, and I all interweaved them. So like some are worded a bit differently to others, and some are like styled differently to others. But you know, that's okay. So let's get started. So first one is, what is your middle name? My middle name is Christina. Are you named after anyone? Well, my first name is Amelia, and one of like the deciding factors was that my dad really liked the fact that I was named after someone courageous, like Amelia Earhart. That was kind of like how my name was chosen. And then my middle name was my granny's name, and she passed away 5 weeks before I was born. It's also my mum's middle name, and I really would use it for one of my daughters for the other one. Where were you born? I was born in New Zealand, in Wellington, and I moved to Australia when I was about 6.5. What's your zodiac sign? I am a Pisces. Oh, I'm on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, but I'm more of a Pisces than I am an Aquarius. So, how tall are you? I am 161 centimeters or 5'3", which is quite short. What's your favorite holiday destination? Well, I've actually been to very many places in my life. I was born in New Zealand, obviously. Australia, then I moved to Australia. I went to Fiji when I was about 4, and I went to India last year. So I don't have very many places that I've been, but we go home to New Zealand every second year for Christmas. So I suppose New Zealand's kind of my favourite place because like, I see all my family and some of my friends and stuff like that. But other than that, I really like going to the beach. We go down to Middleton Beach, which is probably, I think it's like I don't actually know how far away it is, but it's on the it's on the Fleurieu Peninsula. So, what's your favourite childhood memory? So when I was about 4 or 5, I think I was more 5. Every since I was really little, and like my mum grew up there as well, we would go down to the Sounds. I'm not actually sure what the technical name is. It's like a bay on the tip of the South Island in New Zealand, near like Picton and stuff like that. I'm not sure what the official name of it is, but I've just known it as like the Sounds. Every morning I'd go down, we lived like in like, it was kind of like a hilly place. We lived kind of like in the hills, and I would like go down, it's like a path, and I'd go down every morning and like get the newspaper and like milk and bread or whatever we needed for the day, and then I'd go back. Like I remember running it a lot. I'm not sure why I ran, but I just did. So it's like kind of my favourite childhood memories. Like I can like remember doing it a lot. I have a lot of childhood memories, but like that's kind of like my favourite one. What country did you like to visit? Everywhere, just about. Mainly like the UK, which I'm going to do at the end of this year. America, no, Asia's not a country, but Asia, like Southeast Asia and stuff like that, I really want to travel there. What's at the top of your bucket list? I have put 3 things because, you know. Do lots and lots and lots of travelling. I have always loved travelling, but I've never really got the opportunity to travel, and now I can. Next is having kids. Having kids is actually probably like the number one thing on my bucket list. I have always wanted children from like the youngest of ages. If you'd asked 5-year-old me what I wanted to do when I grew up, I would have said a teacher or a mum. I want to have kids, and like my dreams and goals haven't changed much since I was little. Like I still want to be a teacher, I still want to have kids. So when I'm focused on something, that's where I'm going. The next thing is to help people. I went to India in January. I'll leave the link to that video down in the description below if you haven't seen it. I went to India in December/January of last year, like December 2016 and January 17. And that was a volunteering service trip, and I loved that, so I definitely want to do more of that style of thing. What's the one thing, my posture is really bad, so my back's like really bad. What's the one thing you can't leave home without? It's my phone. And mainly because, like, we're all addicted to our phones and we know that, but also has my driver's license/ID in it, so if I ever need to drive anywhere and I have my phone, we're all good, we're all set. I leave it in here. Sometimes when I was having driving lessons when I was at school, and like I didn't want to take my whole wallet, so I would just like put my phone in the back of my ID, my ID/driver's license in the back of my phone, and then just like take my phone to my driving lesson. And then when I got my P's, just put it back in there, and it's been quite handy because if I need to go out in my car or whatever, I literally just grab like my phone, my keys, and like that's the minimum I need. My camera now, but you know, I usually take my bag, which has got all my stuff in it. Right, next question. What's one piece of technology you can't live without? With my phone or my laptop. Yeah. I say my laptop because like I edit my videos on my laptop, but like I knew I know if it came to it, I could have edited them on my phone. What's the first app you check when you wake up in the morning? Snapchat or Instagram? I mainly do like Instagram. No, I'm sorry. I mainly do like Snapchat or Facebook or YouTube because I don't like the little notification numbers. So I just like get rid of them. What apps do you use the most? I go between like 4 or 5 apps. And that would be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat, and then like Pinterest and Tumblr and Netflix and stuff like that. But definitely Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube are like my top 4. What was the first ever concert I attended? Like many of my generation / age, One Direction was the first concert I ever attended. I was 13. Yeah, I was about 13. It was amazing. Anyway. Charlie! Stop growling. Sorry about him. How many surgeries did I have I had, and why did I have them? So, when I was born with 3 holes in my heart. I don't know if I've said this. I was born with 3 holes in my heart, and I had open heart surgery at age 1, which is before I turned 1. And then I had 2 hernias on the bottom of my stomach when I was 2 or 3, I don't actually remember. Then my toes on my right foot, I believe. Maybe it was my left. I think it was my left. No, sorry, I think it was my right. Were crossed over. It's a trait of my dad's side of the family, and I had that corrected. I don't know how old I was, 8 maybe. And then just last year I had another toe surgery on my left. Oh, my, like, this is your toe. This is your big toe. I had these 2 like crossed over. These 2 are crossed over like this. And last year on my big toe on my left foot, I had ingrown toenails, which is kind of gross, for ages, and they just kept getting infected. Actually, it became infected in India, and that was not a fun time. Not a fun place for it to be infected. Lots of walking around, and just not a fun time. So finally last year, in May, on my best friend's birthday, or the day after my best friend's birthday, and 2 days before my best friend's birthday, I had that redone, but like I had it like fixed. So now I have like a kind of funky looking toe and toenail, and I have to get it done on my right foot this year because it keeps getting infected and it's really painful, and every time like you like lightly hit it, it's like, so I have to get that redone. Not redone. Done. My right foot done. Then my left foot. Did I like school? Did you like school? I liked middle school. Years 6 to 9 were kind of like some of the best years of my life. I really enjoyed like year 8 and year 9 was some of the best times, you know, like the height of my One Direction like fandemonium, I suppose you could call it, and like I had heaps of friends and a massive friendship group, and it was like so much fun, and life was so like carefree, and you know, school wasn't stressful. School was fun, you know, every day I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen today? And I have so many, like, and I have like an iPad, this is my iPad, that is like barely alive, and this holds so many memories. I think at one point I probably had, oh god, it's very dusty, over 30,000 One Direction photos on this over the years, and it's got so many memories on it, and we use that in year 8 and year 7, 8 and 9, and so like I hold so many memories, and like so many good times were on that, and like you know, like iMessage group chats and stuff like that, just funny things like that. And then I hated singing school with a passion. My best friend Chelsea moved schools. She moved countries, and she moved back to moved cities, and then moved back to Adelaide. And so she moved schools, and I felt really lost. I kind of lost my place in my friendship group, and didn't really know where I was going. I wasn't enjoying any of the subjects I was doing. I was actually doing Spanish, and I have 2 learning difficulties, so at year 7 they pulled me out of languages and said, we want you in curriculum support rather than a language. It'll benefit you, and it 100% has. I hadn't done a language since year 7, so it was like 4 years, and finally I wanted to do Spanish, so I was like, let's do Spanish, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it with a passion, and my parents wouldn't let me drop it, the school wouldn't let me drop it, and so I felt really like stressed by that. And then my best friend moving, and she knows this, so I was really lost. I didn't really have any friends, and then I sort of just made friends or became close with people, and that's how I found my now friendship group, I suppose. Yeah, it's no Lauren. So my friend Chelsea, who was one who moved, still mad about it. But the school she went to suited her more than the school we were at. So, and then eventually I found my best friend Lauren, and like my other friend Jess, who we haven't met yet, and Tiki, who we haven't met yet either. But yeah, I sort of felt really lost, and then year 11 was a hard year because it was like intense. And then year 12 was just year 12. I struggled through that, and, personally, mentally, everything like that. So, middle school was good, senior school was. What was your favourite subject in high school? So, in year 12, I did a subject called Society and Culture, and shout out to my Society and Culture class, shout out to my teacher. That was the best class I've ever had. It was so much fun. It was just about, we learned about the Amish, domestic violence and globalisation, and stuff like that. What else did we learn about? Youth problems and youth culture, and it was amazing. The chats we would have were just amazing. I loved society and culture. And what was your least favourite subject in school? My least favourite subject in school was 100% maths. I hated maths. I was so bad at it. In fact, I did it for 3 weeks at the beginning of last year, and quit within 3 weeks because I was so stressed. We started off with my least favourite topic, and I know that I shouldn't have given out on that topic, and it wasn't an exam topic, which made me feel a little bit better, but every lesson I was staying behind, talking to my teacher, I was holding him back, he was holding me back. I was spending all of my free lessons on maths, which wasn't good because I had other things to be doing. And yeah, I just gave up. I basically gave up. To be honest, I kind of gave up before I even started, but it was kind of one of those things just give it a go and we'll see how you go. So I went from doing 4 subjects to 3 subjects, which was an amazing choice, but also I kind of regretted it later down the line when I got my grades and everything, but that's okay. What was my first job? My first job was babysitting. I feel like not every teenager, but most teenagers start babysitting, whatever. What else? Yeah, I kind of like babysitting, I think, was my first job. My first, proper paid tax job was working in the early learning centre at my school. Because I have my certificate 3, so I could work there. What's my biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve is bad manners. Table manners, everything manners. It makes me so mad when people don't, I don't know, just don't, chilling with your mouth open, all that stuff just gets me mad. I'm sorry, getting my pop socket. I subconsciously play with it all the time, so it's probably really annoying. My mum hates it. Do you ever say lol or OMG out loud? I say lol a lot more, like a lot, and then I text OMG like more than I should. I say them more than I should. What's the furthest I've ever been from home? I went to India in 2017/2016. That's the furthest I've ever been from home. And I hope to go to Mongolia, which is even further than India this year. Can I whistle? Yes, I can. Charlie doesn't respond to whistles, so I don't even know where he is. Do you sleep with a night light? No, I cannot sleep with any light on. It has to be pitch dark, no light. Which is well frustrating because the blinds behind me, I don't actually know if you guys can see them, they let a lot of light in, so I sleep and I'm just like, ugh. So I don't get much of a sleep in. Have I ever suffered a fracture? Yes, I fractured my wrist in year 5. I fell down the stairs, put my hand out and fractured my wrist. Well, I don't actually know if it was technically a fracture. I think it was more of like a... Well, it was like a really minor fracture. And I had a cast on it and everything. If I can find a photo, I'll insert it here. Have you ever taken karate lessons? Yes, I took karate lessons for about 3 years. And I enjoyed it, but then I kind of didn't. I don't know. No, it's just stopped. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest, rate your driving skills. I would say about a 6 to a 7. I'm on my P's, so I'm still got a lot of learning to do, and I can be a bit aggressive at times, which is probably not the best thing to be. But most of the parents are aggressive, and I feel like aggressive driving is like semi-genetic thing, so it's like, I was always going to be an aggressive driver. What do you want to do for a living? I want to do primary teaching with a focus on special education. And I've always wanted to do primary school teaching since I was younger. And then in year 8, year 8, I went on a trip called Alcuta. The Alcuta trip, which my school runs to Alice Springs and like the Northern Territory and stuff. And we stayed with a Seymour family up there. And they have they own like a lot of property, and they have a little they had to give some of their land back to the Aboriginal people, so they have a little village in their land, and that's called Alcuta, and we went and we worked in the school there for a couple of days, I think it was a day or two, and I came home and I said, Mum, I want to work in special education in primary schools. So, and nothing that really hasn't changed in so many years. What was your favourite TV show when you were a child? I have to say Angelina Ballerina was my favourite. I loved Wiggles, Bob the Builder, those classics, but Angelina Ballerina was like my childhood. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? I would have been called Harry, which is ironic because my cousin who was 6 months younger than me, who was a boy, is called Harry. Would you rather live in a rural area or the suburbs? Definitely the suburbs. I feel like maybe that's like because I've grown up in the suburbs, whereas my mum who grew up in the country would definitely say the country. But I don't know. I like being close to everything. I like knowing that the shops are a 5-minute, not even 5-minute drive. I like that. I don't know. I'm not really like a country person. I would live in like the hills of Adelaide because there's like Stirling and Crayford and stuff like that. But that's probably like the furthest I would go. I don't know. I like the suburbs better than I like the country. Do you like your handwriting? Absolutely not. I hate my handwriting with a passion. I have a learning difficulty called dysgraphia. I hate calling it a disability because like called dysgraphia, which affects my handwriting and like my hand-eye coordination. Like it's all up here, but I just can't verbally or written get it out. Who are your favorite YouTubers? The question was like who's your top favorite, like, you know, list 5 of your top 5 favorite YouTubers, but I could not pick 5, so here we go. I have a long list. The Meldrums, Jenna Marbles, Julian Sonomina, who inspired me to start YouTube, and I love his videos and stuff like that. This Gathered Nest, Colin and Katie, Zoella, I said Zoella and Mark Ferris. I don't really like Alfie's vlogs, sorry Alfie, but I don't know, quite get into them. Living Rosa, Louise Pentland, Mary Bits and Clips, Charlotte Louise Taylor, Liza Koshy, Christian Hull, who is like an Australian radio producer but also does YouTube, and he does a podcast. I love his podcast. Tanya Hennessy, who's also, she works on radio in Australia, but she also makes YouTube videos. Steps to Wonder, and what's it called, who is Julian Tonmina's brand with his business partner Colin. And I love their last minute true episodes. So next question is, what is the meaning behind your YouTube name? So daily videos by me, Amelia. So daily by Amelia. It took me a while to come up with it actually. I had like so many different things and I just kept googling. I had no idea. But then I came up with Daily by Amelia. Why did I start YouTube? It's always been a passion of mine. Little secret, I used to have another YouTube channel when I was like 12, and it was the cringiest thing you've ever seen, and it's no longer on YouTube. I actually overwrote this channel with that. I took out all my videos, rebranded it, so the channel is originally that channel, but I don't even have the videos anymore. I think I deleted the videos off my computer. They were so bad, so cringe, and so like I always wanted to do it when I was younger. And gap year just seemed like the right time. I'm gonna go travelling for travel vlogs. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? It takes me anywhere from like half an hour to 45 minutes. That's because I like stuff around. I have a shower. Showers don't take that long, but I have a shower and then I have breakfast. And like while I'm getting dressed, I like put YouTube videos on, so I like scroll through my phone for an hour. So it takes me a while. I can be really quick if I need to, and I can take my time if I need to. How long does it take you in the shower? I can be about 5 minutes. Or about 20 minutes with my hair, if I'm washing my hair. Do you wear makeup every day? Not unless I'm working, like going to work or going out with friends, something like that. I very rarely wear makeup. I'm not very good at it. How do you usually style your hair? I used to do it in like a flop bun, so like, you know, the little, like, you fold it under and it looks like that kind of thing. I'm sure you guys have seen like every day. Or a ponytail, or like half up, half down. But usually a ponytail or like a flop bun. I call them flop buns because they're like a flop. Anyway, last question. Do you always look presentable? Not always. I look like a hot mess sometimes. Like today I'm sure I look like a hot mess, but well, I suppose usually I look like okay, I guess. I don't look presentable, but I look like okay. But I can look really good if I want to, and I can look really bad if I want to. So that is the end of the 40/50 questions, get to know me tag thing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was different. Let me know what you guys want to see from me next week. If I think about it, I might do a lookbook or something like that. But I sort of ran out of time because I kind of was like, oh no, I need to do that. So this is what you get for this week. It's a good one because, like, you know, a little bit more about me, but let me know if there's anything you want to see from me. Tomorrow's video, which is Monday, will be a big weekend vlog. So my first weekend vlog, which is exciting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all